Hello students, my name is Dev Pandya. As you all know that nowadays we are going through this COVID-19 crisis, so because of this everybody should stay home and be safe with your family. So standard number 7, chapter number 7, English grammar, words. Now I am going through the definitions of this chapter, so after that you have to complete all the exercises in your notebook, and rest of the things like examples and definitions you have to write in your notebook also. And after that I am sending you the scan copy of this chapter. So after completing this, after reading this, after understanding this, you have to write all the things in your notebook like brain twisters and activity zone. So I am going through the definitions. Rest of the things you have to read it by your own. So words. A word is a word used for denoting an action. It also expresses an action done by the subject. For example, the Australians won the World Cup. Second point, what the state of the subject is. For example, Kolkata is a thickly populated city. Third one, what is possessed by the subject. For example, I have a beautiful diary. Now, transitive and intransitive verbs. A verb that requires an object to complete the meaning of the sentence is called a transitive verb. Like in this, the action denoted by the verb passes over from the doer or subject to an object. For example, Shruti knitted a sweater. Now the sweater is an object of the verb knitted, and this object is necessary to complete the meaning of the sentence, like Shruti knitted a sweater. Now the next point, a verb that does not require an object to complete the meaning of the sentence but has a complete meaning in itself is called an intransitive verb. The action does not pass over to an object. For example, the child smiled. The word smile does not need an object to complete the meaning of the sentence. The light smiled. Now here the sentence is complete without an object. So after that what we have to do, verbs like be, is, are, am, was, were, will be, shall be, etc. appear, seen and look are incomplete verbs. They need complements to complete their meaning. For example, Prabhakar is intelligent. The word intelligent is needed to complete the meaning of the sentence Prabhakar is intelligent. Now what is the principal parts of verbs? Now the principal parts of a verb are, first one, the present tense is the first form, the past tense is the second form, the past participle is the third form. For example, the principal parts of the verb give are, give is the present tense, gave the past tense, given the past participle. Moving to the next page. Now what are the strong and weak words? Now the weak words, past tense is formed by adding ed or d or t to the present. Now what is the strong words? In that, past tense is formed by changing the inside vowels of their present tense. Now notice carefully how the past tense of the following verbs are formed. Like this. This is present tense, past tense, catch, caught, teach, taught, buy, bought. Now this is present tense and these are past tense. Like that only, we observe that in these words the inside vowel has been changed to form the past tense. But besides the changed vowel, they also require a final d or t. Such verbs are also called weak verbs. Now, there is very simple way of telling whether a particular verb is weak or strong if in the past tense of the verb there is present a small d or t. That is not found in the present tense, it is a weak verb. This is the table which you can see here, present, past and past participle. Some strong words are there. So So you have to read it by your own and you have to write this table in your notebook. Moving to the next page. These are the strong words and these are the weak words. So these are all words and you have to write down in your notebook. Now work with the same form. This is also a table you have to write down and you have to read it. And these words like hurt, hurt, hurt. What is the present tense, past tense and past participle of this form. And moving to the next page. Now in the next page we have some confusing words like this. We have first one is bear. Bear has the following form. Like in this, to give words, like in present tense we can tell bear. In past tense, bore. And past participle would be born. To carry, bear, bore, born. See, here we have a E. We have to add an E in past participle to make a carry. Now, what is the second word? The second word is the hang. Has the following terms. Like to suspend, to put to death by tying a rope around the neck. Hang, hung, hung. That is to suspend. Now in this what we can tell? Hang, hanged, hanged. And the past and past participle with the same thing. Now the third one is lie. Lie has the following forms: to rest or remain, and to speak falsely. Now in this, to lay means to put or place something down. Its forms are lay, laid and laid. Now what is the note between this? When lay is in the present tense, its meaning is to place, but it is also the past tense of lie. Now the fourth one is fell. Fell is the past tense of fall. Fell, fell, fell. But fell is also used in the present tense. Then its meaning is to cause something to fail and its forms are like this. Now the fifth one. What is the fifth one? The fifth one is saw. Saw is the past tense form of see. Now what we can tell, like in present tense, past tense and past participle: saw, sawed and sown. S-A-W-N, sown. Like the sixth one is rise, raise. To rise means to get up or to come up. To raise means to lift. Now these are the formation of the verbs. So the first one is from nouns and second is from adjectives. The first one is courage, encourage. Friend, befriend. Class, classify. Now from adjectives: rich, enrich. Fresh, refresh. Loose, loosen. Modern, modernize. And after that, what we have this table that, like for prefix we can add a word. Like in prefix we have en. These are the words. These are the verb. Like if we add en from the word large, it will become enlarge. Sure and sure. Noble and noble. Circle and circle. Moving to the next page. Like this we have word, prefix and suffix. These words also you have to write down as a table in your notebook. And at the last we have fact file and summary. A word is a word used for denoting an action. It also expresses an action done by the subject. A verb that requires an object to complete its meaning is called a transitive verb. Like in this, the action denoted by the verb passes over from the doer or subject to an object. Now the last one. Verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning and has a complete meaning in itself is called an intransitive verb. Thank you.